So if you know me well, you've known that I've been saying I'm a billionaire in the making for quite some time. So in this video, I wanted to give you my exact investment strategies to show you exactly how I'm gonna go from where I am right now to $1 billion portfolio. So let's dive right into the video. So the first thing I want to talk about is that getting to $1 billion is something that I believe starts with mindset. It is not something that many people ever achieve in their lifetime. So it really has to do with how you think, because most people set a goal to make $1 million and then they get to $1 million or they don't, and they get comfortable along the way. And what happens is that in order to get to $1 billion, you have to keep getting uncomfortable over and over and over again throughout your lifetime, even when you start making insanely good money. So what happens is that if you ever want to get to the next level in life, you have to typically give up something. Like you give up freedoms, lifestyle activities, right? That gives up something. You have to give up something in order to go to the next level, right? If you want to make $1 million a year and you're making 100 grand, you have to give up a lot of freedoms. And that same thing occurs when you're trying to go from 1 million to 10, and then from 10 to 100. You have to give up different types of things. Like there's a lot of sacrifices that have to be made. Sometimes it's not the same thing you think about. Like, I mean, obviously there are different sacrifices at each level. I'm not familiar with the $100 million sacrifice yet. I'm working on getting to my first $100 million worth of real estate so that I can get to $1 billion. And again, I think that it has to consistently be focused on the mindset, because if you're not even focused on $1 billion, like if you're thinking too small, you're never going to ever hit a level like that. But when your philosophy is saying like, hey, my goal personally is to get to $10 billion worth of assets under management, $10 billion, and have a 10% ownership at minimum on that $10 billion. Now, here's the interesting thing. The mindset is shooting for a huge number, a crazy figure, which I don't know will ever be achievable, but like that's my number, $10 billion in assets under management. I've been saying this for a while. And I remember even in the very beginning of my career, I just wanted to buy my first investment property. That was my goal. Okay, and then it slowly grew into, now what it is today. A lot of it starts with mindset. And then the second piece of this also is getting used to the fact that it is uncomfortable. It will continue to be uncomfortable. And you're gonna start experiencing challenges along the way. And you need to realize that it's a long game. I'm looking to hit a $10 billion under management number in my lifetime. I'm not trying to do that tomorrow. I'm trying to do that in my lifetime. And the second piece here, it's a freaking long game, right? It's a super long game. It's a get rich for sure game, not a get rich quick scheme. One of my other specific focuses is realizing that commissions are for getting rich today, and investing is for getting wealthy guaranteed tomorrow. So what I mean by this is whenever I'm closing a deal with a few of my specific investor clients who I trust, who I know are great operators, and who are buying great deals, I want to invest with them, right? So instead of making a $100,000 commission, I'll make 50, invest 50. Instead of making a $500,000 commission, I'll make 100 and invest 400. Getting commissions, getting great size commission checks allows you to be rich today, but it doesn't allow you to build any wealth tomorrow. So what I've realized is that instead of taking these big commission checks, I'd rather just invest a large portion of my earnings into the deals. I only need to make so much money every month to even live. So why do I care about having, after I have a certain level of money in my bank account, it's not doing anything for me. I'd rather just invest all that money in real estate, in great deals where I know I'm gonna get a great return because I found the deal and I know it's a great deal. So I'd rather do the deal, but I've also realized my weaknesses. I'm not a good manager and I don't wanna be a good manager. It's not my skill set and it's not something I have any type of dream of doing. So what I've realized is that I wanna partner with great operators, great property managers, great operators, or people who have all the connections, who are their skill set is squeezing the juice, the returns out of every single deal. That's their skill set. I'm gonna find in deals, I don't wanna be the operator. I'll partner with operators and I'll invest my portion so I can be a small equity partner in a lot of deals. My goal every single year is invest a portion, around 20 to 50% of my deals. I'll invest a portion of my commission check. Nearly 100 transactions my team and I do together. I want to invest on 20 to 50 of those deals, a portion of my commission. Now, again, I'll invest somewhere, which at minimum probably, like, again, the commission size has to be big enough for it to be meaningful. Like, I'm not gonna, if I'm only gonna make 7 grand on a deal, I'm not gonna invest any money in the deal. It just doesn't make any sense. But what I'll try to do is that I wanna invest on the deals where I'm making over $50,000, so my minimum investment is 25 grand. So I'll invest a minimum 25 grand, and the most is obviously as big as the commissions can go, but I wanna be invested in deals. So I'll invest a portion of as many commission checks as I can on the right deals. It's really about finding great deals. Because I heard one time, and this is fantastic advice for you, I was listening to a very successful investor, because I was like, oh, how many properties are you looking to buy this year? And he goes, I don't have a number of properties I'm looking to buy. I just want to make sure that I buy all the right ones. What was interesting though is that what I took away from that was, it's not about how many deals you're doing, it's about how many of the right deals you're buying. Right now, if you're watching this video, I'm recording this at the end of August in 2023. Again, I'm looking specifically in New Jersey and Florida. However, I do have partners all around the country. So if I'm not personally buying it. I have people who are looking for properties all around the country and eventually hopefully the world. So for right now, again, if you have any awesome opportunities, you want me to take a look at it with you and I can try to help you find a buyer, I can possibly be your buyer, we can work the deals together, make sure you go in the description down below and make sure you reach out to myself and my team so we can try to organize some way that we can collaborate, because we can't do this alone, guys. The next piece of this also is growing a team. I have a decent sized team now and we're looking to constantly expand it. And the reason why is because I know if I can build an organization of individuals who are all prospecting just like me, who all have an investor mindset just like me, we're gonna find a lot more opportunities. So that's why we build out these partnership opportunities with agents all around the country. And right now, we have a big organization here in New Jersey and we're looking to constantly expand it, and we're about to launch in Florida. Again, if you also have some interest there of possibly working with us on our team and having the high level of accountability and coaching included in your membership, again, I want to be able to support you there. So, we're building out a huge organization. We already have a lot of people we're working with and we're always looking to expand with the right people. And if you think you're one of those people, we're here to support with you. We talk about having the long-term approach, but I want to also talk about the mindset of regards to partnering. Now, this is partnering on investment deals because I want to explain something. Most people, a large majority of the people who own billions of dollars or more worth of real estate do not own 100% of the portfolio. They've raised money. Maybe they're a syndicator and they only have about 30% in ownership, which is very common for a syndicator. Sometimes these people, have invested their own money, so they have the 30% plus the amount of equity that they put in. But the point I'm trying to make here is that you don't have to get there alone. So my strategy is also partnering with a lot of individuals along the way. So I don't even need to be doing all the work. I can partner with amazing people. I could have partners that have 30% and 10% here and 5% there and 2% here and 35% here. It doesn't matter. I am partnering with people all along the way throughout this process who are smarter than me, have more money than me, have more resources than me, so I can lock arms with them and I can just play my role. Because I know that if I can find all the right people, I don't have to have 100% of ownership of these types of properties. I just need to have a little bit of a lot of really good property, which is my personal goal. Last thing I'm just going to talk about here, the types of deals are not that important. However, bigger deals help. So what I mean by that is if you find a 4-unit property and your commission is 6% on $1 million deal, that's $60,000, and maybe you can roll in $25,000 and you can become a 5 or 10% owner in the deal. However, if you find a 400-unit apartment complex and you can negotiate 6%, which is rare or rarer when you're dealing with larger deals, but you take 5% of your 6% commission. Let's just say that it's $100,000 a unit, $40 million, it's 400 units on $40 million bucks. You make 6% on 40 million, which would be $2.4 million. Okay. And what you do is that you roll $2 million into the property. You only take $400,000 for yourself and you roll the 5% of your commission into the deal. Okay. I'm talking about examples, right? The point is that deal, you're rolling $2 million into it. That deal might only need a 25% down payment. So 25% of $40 million is $10 million. And if you're rolling $2 million into it, that means you're taking a very large chunk. It's 20% of the equity that's needed here. If that is the case, which you imagine you're probably you're gonna need CapEx and other things. So let's just call it, $20 million. You're raising $20 million bucks on a $40 million deal because you're spending a lot of money on capital expenditures. You're investing $2 million. That's 10% equity. 10% equity in a $40 million deal that will be worth, after you spend the $10 million in CapEx, let's say that's worth 200,000 a unit. I'm BSing with you guys, but just bear with me. The point is that you have 10% equity in a $40 million building that's now eventually gonna be worth $80 million. That's $8 million. So when they sell the property and they make $40 million call it 20 or $30 million in profit, the point is that you're gonna be able to do a 1031 and take your 2 million plus your 2 million, or whatever the case is. You're gonna be able to roll in a lot of money into bigger and bigger stuff over time, where eventually, because that's the whole purpose of 1031. You're gonna be able to roll such an insane amount of money, which is opportunity, right? Into bigger and bigger stuff over time. So think about how crazy that gets, where now you can roll $2 million and you can make 4 million plus your 2 million. And all of a sudden, this becomes a compound effect of crazy amount of money, right? Because now you can roll that into a bigger deal and into a bigger deal, into a bigger deal, where all of a sudden, a few deals down the road, or you already own $200 million worth of real estate, a few $100 million worth of real estate in a few short years. So yes, bigger deals help. They definitely do. But it's also going to take a few years for that to compound, right? Buying a $40 million deal and turning into an $80 million deal isn't going to be 6 months, right? It's going to be probably somewhere between 3 and 6 years. Over time, they're going to compound though, which is the most important factor. So yes, the bigger deals help. I probably would not get your crazy hopes up on a bunch of 4 families making you super wealthy, especially if you're trying to get to $1 billion worth of real estate like I am. I think it's important to know that all deals are important though. This is how you can get wealthy for sure instead of getting rich quick. And there is a way to do both. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I went through a lot of awesome pieces here, and I'm excited to see what you guys create. And again, if you guys want to work with me in any capacity, make sure you go in the description down below and check out the links. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone.
If you're still watching this video, that means to me that you're a committed real estate agent and you're looking to take your life and business to the next level. I'm just curious, why have you yet to schedule your free, no obligation coaching consultation? All you have to do is simply go in the description down below, and people are telling me this call has been the most unbelievable, the most powerful call they've had in their entire career. And here's just a few of the individuals who have taken full advantage of this call. And my mission is to support as many realtors as possible, build a 6- and 7-figure net income business so that they don't have to rely on this industry anymore for their everyday income. If you're a committed realtor, which I can see like you are, all you have to simply do to take full advantage of this free coaching consultation is to go in the description down below and schedule your free call now.